What if I told you that the car you're looking at right now, this VW Taigo, is actually more expensive than a Polo GTI? We need to talk about that. In this review, we're going to drive the Taigo in the rain and finally talk about whether or not you should be using your hazards in the rain. Seems like someone else is doing the legroom today, and oh, is that Tepo and Lebo trying to work things out? Anyway, the Taigo is going to reverse and we're going to drive it at night just to test out the slides, so without wasting any of your time, go right ahead and just buy a Polo GTI because wow, this VW Taigo R-Line comes in at 545,200 Rand. That is 1,600 Rand more than a Polo GTI. I mean, come on guys. Honestly, the Taigo makes the Polo GTI look like a bargain. If you're already buying a VW, just buy the Polo GTI. I mean, even from the engine perspective, 1-liter engine versus a 2-liter engine. The VW Taigo comes with a 1-liter turbocharged petrol engine, producing 85 kilowatts and 200 newton meters of torque. The Polo GTI is 147 kilowatts. And it's cheaper. Really, this is a no-brainer. But someone still wants the Taigo. Let me not discourage them. Go ahead and buy your Taigo. The claimed fuel consumption is 5.4 liters to the 100, but during the time I had it, I averaged around 7.3 liters to the 100. For those of you who are curious, you can check out the Cars.coza app, and there you'll find that the starting price of the Taigo is actually 482,100 for the entry-level model. There's also a style model for 520, and then there's this top spec model which we're looking at today. I won't lie, the R-Line kit looks really good. It really elevates this car, especially in this all-black color. Actually, while I'm here, let's take a quick look at the interior and practicality of this top spec Taigo. By now you're familiar with this interior. You have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. This one has those touch-sensitive aircon controls. Not a fan. That's your gear stick. You have 2 USB ports. This one is fitted with wireless charging. It's an optional extra. Moving on to your center armrest. It's not that big, but you can fit a couple of things in there. As we come to our steering wheel, it is multifunction as you'd expect with little paddle shifts at the back. That is your digital instrument display, nice and clear. That R on the steering wheel stands for Rand. It's reminding you of where your extra Rands went. You'll also find it on the seats as well. And before you ask, there are no leather seats available on the Taigo. That is as good as it gets. Before we get to practicality, I'd like to give a quick backstory. So, in my previous VW reviews, we had Utepo who owns a Polo Vivo GT. And then Tepo was dating Lebo. Lebo left Tepo for Spuda, who drives a Polo TSI. But now Lebo recently got a job and bought herself a VW Taigo. Because of couple goals, she also chose a black color like Spuda's Polo TSI. I hope you're keeping up, because this leads us to our optional extras. You see, Lebo's Taigo has the black styling package. You see the windows and the rims? They're part of that package. For 14,800 Rand, you get those 18-inch Misano black wheels and privacy glass for all your rear windows. Earlier on, I mentioned wireless charging. It will cost you 2,400 Rand. Next up, we have a feature that will help you park. Personally, I don't think you'll ever really use it because it takes too much time to set up, but if you option the Comfort Pack Plus for 16,500 Rand, you'll get a rear view camera, keyless access, and park assist, which you're now seeing on your screen. I had my foot very close to the brake because I don't want to take chances. So if you want to do some parallel parking, the car will do it for you. Please let me know in the comments, would you spend the 16,400 on this optional extra, or you'll rather just park for yourself? Anyway, last but not least, we have the panoramic sunroof. There is really no point in buying a VW and not putting a sunroof, but it will cost you 15,400 Rand. The total of the options on this specific car is 49,100 Rand. There are other optional extras I didn't mention, like the Beats sound system, heated seats, adaptive cruise control, wireless app connect, and if you add all those up, this car is going straight over 600,000 Rand. But we'll get to that a bit later. Let's first talk about the rain. Every time we tried to review this car, it would just start raining. But that's actually a good thing because it gave me the opportunity to see how the Taigo drives in the rain, and I have to be honest, I was really impressed. But the real reason I included the rain scene is to talk about hazards. As you can see, mine are on, and so are the hazards of the car that just drove past me. Now, there are some people who say this isn't the right way to do things. I personally disagree because sometimes it's raining so hard, you can't even see the car that's in front of you. So if your hazards are on, it makes it a bit easier for me to see the car that's in front of me. Now, I know cars are different, but on this Taigo, if your hazards are on and you turn on the indicator, it will automatically disengage the hazards and turn on the indicator. Now, if your car doesn't do this, make sure you don't just change lanes with your hazards on because you might confuse other drivers. But feel free to let me know what works best for you in the comments and the reasoning behind it. With that said, this feels like a good time to talk about practicality. As I mentioned earlier, this Taigo belongs to Lebo. Lebo loves the Taigo. She's a simple girl, she loves Crocs, she loves Taigos. Legroom, knee room is fine, you have 2 USB ports at the back. There is no center armrest, but Lebo doesn't mind. By the way, this isn't PA. I just found someone to play the role of Lebo, so Lebo is not even a real name. We'll talk more about Lebo in a bit. Let's check out the boot space. The VW Taigo has a 440-liter boot, and it also has an adjustable floor. Underneath the floor, you'll find yourself a spare wheel. While we're at the mall here, Lebo actually bumps into Tsepo. Now the reason why Lebo actually left Tsepo is because of Mbali. So this love triangle just became a square. We might meet Mbali in upcoming reviews, but this is what happened between Lebo and Tsepo. Hey, why not Tsepo? Kimang Mbali? Give me it's Mbali. Wayaka Tsepo. Yazin baby. Kloreka Polo GTI. Kloreka Polo GTI. Sounds like Tsepo might trade in his Polo Vivo GT for a Polo GTI. Hey, it's gonna be interesting. We'll see. Anyway, let's move on to the night scene. As I mentioned earlier, adaptive cruise control is an optional extra and it is not fitted to the car you're looking at right now. So it comes with the basic cruise control system, but because this is the top spec Taigo, you also get the Matrix IQ lights as standard, and yeah, proper stuff. Well done VW, well done. I don't need to say too much. Just by what you can see on your screen, you can tell these things are the business. So they adjust themselves so they don't dazzle other drivers, but they focus the beam where you need to go. They'll even identify pedestrians walking on the road while you're driving. I give them a solid 10 out of 10. Plus, they look really cool when you're driving. Which brings us on to pricing. The base price of this top spec VW Taigo is 545,200 Rand. If you add all the optional extras I mentioned, then the total comes to 594,300 Rand. On finance, you're looking to pay 11,619 Rand over 6 years at 12% interest. If you were to fill up your Taigo with 40 liters of petrol, you'd pay 930 Rand. If you got an insurance premium of 2,000 Rand, it would bring your total cost of ownership to 14,549 Rand. There is someone who's been watching this video but still hasn't liked, so if you still haven't liked, please like. If you still haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Support local YouTube, guys. It's the right thing to do. We are still on the road to 80,000 subs by March, and March is here. So yeah, please share the channel on your WhatsApp status, tell your friends, tell your family, let them know there's a Mr. How Much on YouTube. Coming back to the Taigo, it comes with a 3-year, 45,000 kilometer service plan and a 3-year, 120,000 kilometer warranty. I've decided to name Lebo's car Lebo's car. Yeah, because it's her car. If you're interested in getting a Taigo, feel free to check out the Cars.coza app. They have over 130 Taigos for you to choose from, new or used. The link to the Cars.coza app is in the description below. But from me to you, thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, take care.